What's the biggest advice you would have for startup founders that are trying to figure out what is the one thing that they want to spend their life working on to be able to take a risk like you?
Yeah, actually, I love this question because I have a meta take on this, if that's all right, which is that
Oh, please.
I believe the best yeah. So, I mean, first of all, I don't think anybody can give you the best advice because like you have all the context that you have. Like even if someone that you idolize, like an entrepreneur that you love comes in, you have a 5 minute chat with them, they only have a time slice, right? Of your entire lifespan. And so you have really the best context. And at the end of the day, you should make what feels right with you. Now, what does that say? In other words, is I'd say the best advice is really like really, really, really reflect deep down. Like think about if you died tomorrow, like what would you wish you had done differently, right? The biggest risk in life is not taking the biggest risk in life. And it's like, what is that box? Like, what is that empty box in your head that is the biggest risk in life? I do that for me. Like, I mean, the story is that, I have an allergy to food, some, nuts. And like,
Wow.
I've gone to the ER actually a lot of times, weirdly enough, way more times than I should, like 17 times. And one of the times I went to the ER, was, so bad where I actually thought like, whoa, this could be it. Like I was intubated. I had like both arms, like IVs in it. Like it was terrible. And that is actually what led me to start the Mars Habitat Club at Berkeley. Cause I realized like I only thought of two things, which is this is right before I turned like 19. How sad it'd be if like, I don't know, my family saw me pass away. And number two was, wow, what happened to all the Mars stuff? Like, what if I never achieved that dream of going to the moon and Mars or enabling everyone to go to the moon and Mars? And so, I think I just think about death a lot, life and death. And, I'm very, I guess, happy with that. Whatever I've been doing has been just so laser focused on like, I feel like if I were to die tomorrow or tonight, then like I've done the best. I've really followed my life's work and I'm doing that right now. So I'm incredibly grateful to be working on this today and not like the deferred life plan. So
I can feel just like the energy of how important this mission is to you is like, it's not a front. It's not a, hey, I'm just like doing this because I know it's like the coolest, biggest thing ever. It's like, I can tell you just feel truly intrigued and compelled to be like, this is a big fucking question that isn't being answered and it's not being answered fast enough. It's like, so why is it not being answered fast enough? Why is it not happening? I need to go make it happen because if I don't, maybe it could be another 20, 30, 50 years before someone really specifically focuses on like habitats on the moon. Because yes, people will be there, but like, for like a normal person or like someone who's like, hey, if I could pay to go to the moon, maybe it's not possible because your inherent focus is different than someone else's if they try to do the same thing in terms of building any sort of settlement or any sort of establishment on the moon. So hats off to you for that. And I want to know, and I think I have like a high level guess of why, but when you think about why your partner decided to choose you for this batch of YC, what do you think made you stand out over other applicants who might not have gotten in?
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of surprised too myself because like I'm solo and it's space and I'm 22, and so I actually did ask them, right, and it's just apparently it was just like the conviction, right, and to me it's like it's not like oh wow this is great or not, it just kind of like naturally happened, right, because this is just something that like I just I talked, if you ask my friends like from college or like, from high school or whatever, I'd always be that guy just constantly yabbing about this. And they're like, oh, okay, Skyler's talking about space again and Mars habitats. Okay. But like, I do not give a shit. Like I will stand on a hill for this. Right. And so like, I actually think that funnily enough, like when I thought, okay, I bombed the interview because like I was just already like debating, right, for like a straight couple minutes, like, on what I believed in. Like, I think that actually was what, matters. But I don't want to say that in the sense of like advice that like, just, do that. Like, I think you just got to genuinely care about something so much that you do not give a shit about what people will say or think of you. But you got to be shameless. Like, you got to be like, you have to full send in YOLO life, right?
Yeah.
Life is too short to go do something else just because you think it's a stepping stone to something else. There's always a better way, right? And I think, I really hope, the rest of this generation, doesn't fall in a trap of like dropping out to build like AI note taker apps and actually builds things that they genuinely give a shit about. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just my personal take, but I do think the world would be a much better place if more people did that.
That was literally a breath of fresh air, because I think everyone is building, you've run into so many people that are building similar things. And it's like, well, if you have similar experiences and I get all that jazz, but at a point, I think everybody does have like some sort of inherent idea or way that they see the world that is unique and different than everyone else. But only certain people take the initiative and time to explore it enough to see if there's, merit for this to be a company or a thing. And you definitely have shown that you're the type of person to explore it enough, versus, to your point, there's so much noise on the internet. You can scroll Twitter and it's like some some person who's like a vibe coder is like, oh, I make 20K a month on my, on my very basic app, right? Like my workout app for women or my Pilates app, whatever the thing is. And it's like, yeah, there's that angle of it of like, hey, you can make money very quickly. But then there's the other angle of like, you can make money in the long term, but you can also leave an impact that goes well beyond yourself if you are willing to have enough balls to take a risk on the idea that other people would say is stupid and might never work. And that's kind of where you are right now.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. I mean, I think, again, like, I really hope, and this is a message really to everyone, right? That, like, man, life is too short. Like, generally, I know that's like, some people it's overplayed, it's cringe, but no, like, life is too short. You got to full send your life. And, I really hope more people, reflect and they're like, okay, you know what? This is a distraction. This is something that there's the other thing that I really believe in, and I'm just going to go after it. I care about it so much that I don't care about what my parents think, but what my friends think, what my colleagues think. I'm just going to do it. Right. I think that is like something that's only at that point you really feel fulfilled. And like, we're only in the beginning, but like, I'm just extremely happy to wake up every day and really do my life's work. So super grateful.